All right, man. What up, y'all? Your boy Brick Street Sprite in the building, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Brick Street Hooligans, Brick Street Media, Hooli Vision. Let's get it, man. I'm gonna do a recap and a prediction, I think, man. Well, the prediction is the Ill Will Award shit that they just announced, man. I just love the dynamics of that battle. I love that RBE just announced for that Max Out card. Shout out ARP, RBE. What up? You know what I'm saying? That's a fire battle. That's a fire battle. Fire matchup. Both at the top of their game right now. Both never fucking disappoint. They always do what you expect them to show up and do. I expect this to be nothing less than a fucking classic matchup with two guys at the top of their game. Two pen heavy, great performers. These dudes are great all-around battle rappers. Two dudes at the top of the game. I think A-Ward, no matter whether he's on URL, Smack, whatever, RBE, King of the Dot, he don't got to be on Smack to be at the top of his game. He been out here catching bodies and putting on, you know what I'm saying, for him and his, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, man. Like, so what is there not to like about that matchup? You know what I mean? Two dudes that never disappoint. Two dudes that are lyrical powerhouses, both perform very well. Obviously, rebuttal game crazy with A-Ward, but Ill Will can rebuttal a little bit too. It's not like he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're both complete package battle rappers, man. Like, pause. But I think that's the most fire matchup on that card. And that's thus far. And it's the only one that I can't just basically, I still think the Cassidy Hitman is a bit of a toss-up because you don't know what Cassidy to expect. And I do think Cassidy is going to be a lot better than he was against Arsenal, straight up. But I think O-Red beats Jag pretty handily, but this the one I'm not sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be a war. You know what I'm saying? And this is a real battle. Like, I can't wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I'm just excited to see that matchup. Great matchup. I like the card thus far. I just like when Cassidy comes back to battle rap, not because of the TRBRC. A bunch of people trying to tell you what battle rap is who only follow battle rap when Cassidy's around. So you really don't know shit about battle rap. You know what I mean? But anyway, whatever. But it is what it is, man. But don't come back to battle rap when Cassidy is around, only when Cassidy comes around, and try to tell everybody that really, really is part of the battle rap culture about battle rap. Just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Watch your boy Cassidy and get the fuck up out of here when he's done. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're going to do anyway. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, I wanted to also recap Big Kannon Emerson Kennedy battle that just dropped on the app. Now, this is my favorite type of battle, man, personally, because it's two pen-heavy dudes that are going to make you think, you know what I'm saying, that are going to write and perform some thought-provoking shit, you know what I mean, straight up, and that are going to make you think. Everything's just not laid out for you, easily understandable and digestible. You have to think, you know what I'm saying. I like that. The thought-provoking MCs, you know what I'm saying. But with that being said, it's a bad matchup for Emerson Kennedy, to me, personally. And after watching the battle, it proved to me why I thought it was a bad matchup. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, Emerson Kennedy's strengths are also strengths of Big Kannon. You know what I'm saying? All the things that EK is the best at, Big Kannon does better than EK. All of EK's strengths, the things he does well, Big Kannon does them better. That's why it's a bad matchup. And not only does he do those things better than EK, he has way more in his repertoire and in his arsenal and bag of tricks and shit that and things at his disposal. As far as the performance, the character, the freestyle ability is better than EK's, who can freestyle too. The pen is better than EK's. Bro, You talking about a complete package battle rapper. I love when BK, not EK, Big Kannon is a part of battle rap because he doesn't get his flowers for how fucking dope this dude is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this bet. You can go round for round if you want, but this battle showed that there's levels. This battle showed that EK still has work to do. EK, it's not so obvious what he's lacking when he's not battling somebody that's a complete package battler like Big Kannon. But when he's battling someone like Big Kannon and it's on display, it was just on display. All the things that EK was lacking. And it was obvious because of who he was battling and the ability and the repertoire of the dude that he was battling. Big Kannon is one of the most skilled battlers, has one of the best skill sets in battle rap, if you ask me. And I bet you a lot of people would agree with me. You know what I'm saying? On a comeback battle, EK did not stand a chance in this battle. He just doesn't have enough to overcome all of the other things that Big Kannon does well, including all of the things that EK does well. You know what I mean? Like, EK is a talented writer, man. He's a great writer. He's a great technical rapper. But Big Kannon's a better writer and a better technical rapper and better at everything else. If you ask me, somebody else may disagree, but I thought this was a gentleman's 30, not necessarily a dirty 30, because EK showed up and did what you expected him to do. And he performed well for him, you know what I'm saying? And I'm an EK fan. I thought he beat B-Dot back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Even though B-Dot had the legendary third round. But the first 2 rounds, EK won. But that was before B-Dot really found himself completely. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of EK's best performances, if you ask me. Anyway, you can break it down round for round if you want. But it was obvious in every round that there was a difference in levels. You could see the difference, and it was obvious that Big Kannon literally edged every single round. You know what I'm saying? Every round. You know what I mean? Clearly edged every round. You know what I'm saying? The difference in ability, the difference in levels, the difference in penmanship, the difference in all that was abundantly obvious to me and on display in this battle. And for that reason, I got Big Kannon with the gentleman's 30. You know what I'm saying? 3-0. You can go 2-1 if you want, but I can't give. I watched every round, and I couldn't find. There was no round that I could even remotely come up with an argument for EK winning or edging the round. You know what I'm saying? So, gentleman 30, not a dirty 30, not a blowout because EK did his thing and did what you expected him to do, but I knew if Big Kannon showed up and did what he was supposed to do, that he would win handily, and he did. You know what I'm saying? He's just a better battler than EK, I'm sorry, and a more polished battler. You know what I'm saying? So, but EK still said some fire shit, but he just ain't fucking with Big Kannon, man. But I did write some bars down, man. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get it. Big Kannon, man. I just wrote some shit down that was fire. I didn't write down everything, but I wrote down a few. I may do a bar breakdown because this battle had a lot of bars. Like bars. A lot of... This is my favorite type of battle. Like I said, pen heavy. A lot of penmanship. A lot of metaphors, similes, entendres. A bunch of that. All that mixed... Like... heavy dose of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love it. But let me see what I wrote down for Big Kannon, man. He said, you say you let the white move when you was in high school. Then you said, oh, this was a rebuttal. He said, you say you let the white move when you were in high school. Then you said, I'm just like diabetes. It's crazy, homie, because you ain't the type to. You ain't the type to. You ain't the type to move white or type 2 diabetes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Type 2 is a type of diabetes. That was a fire rebuttal because EK said something about diabetes in the first round. Or Something about how I'm a prick too. Diabetes, some shit like that. But anyway, what else he say? You took this battle, knew you'd die, but still wanted to take it. You beat COVID, homie. Great shit. But that ain't this. When the last time you been on caffeine, they just canceled Kings vs. Queens because someone became sick. Well, that explains this. A dude that had COVID hasn't gotten a taste since. Hasn't gotten a taste since. Hasn't gotten a taste of the caffeine since. Hasn't gotten a taste of the caffeine bread since. Or a dude who had COVID doesn't have a taste sense, as in your senses, your taste sense. You get what I'm saying? Because when you have COVID, you lose your sense of taste and sense of smell. That shit was fire, yo. You know what I'm saying? That shit was fire. He said, but that ain't this. When the last time you been on caffeine, they just canceled Kings vs. Queens because someone became sick. Well, that explains this. A dude that had COVID hasn't gotten a taste since. Like, wow. Hasn't gotten a taste since. Hasn't gotten any looks or bread on caffeine since. You know what I'm saying? Or doesn't SINCE sense. Or if you have COVID, you lose your taste sense or your sense of taste. SENSE. You know what I'm saying, man? That shit fire. That shit was fire, man. I love it when BK is involved, man. He's fire, man. Straight up. But anyway, I wrote a few more down from him. He said, it bothered me early that it was ultimate madness. Somebody with no defense actually lost an attorney. Somebody with no defense actually lost an attorney in the tournament, or somebody with no defense almost lost, or someone with no defense actually lost an attorney. Someone with no defense. It bothered me early that it was ultimate madness. Somebody with no defense actually lost an attorney. In a tournament, or someone with no defense actually lost an attorney, as in an attorney of law. You know what I'm saying? That shit was fire. That shit was fire, man. Like, he's an ill writer. That's why I fuck with him. There was a lot of this shit in this battle. If you want to be entertained, if you're entertained by that type of shit like I am, if you haven't watched this battle yet, then you need to go back and watch this battle. Because this shit is fire, man. Straight up. And I love this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But anyway, what'd he say? There's no hope for you today. There's no hope for you. Today is when you die, EK. We crossword, gonna be puzzled if they don't find EK. Your mommy pray, like, bring my son back. Cry each day. People asking, who was that laid in the casket? I'm like, I don't know. Because initially, they couldn't IDK. Oh, man. Because he was initially, they couldn't IDK. They couldn't ID Kennedy. Or he said, people asking, who was that laid in the casket? I'm like, I don't know. Because initially they couldn't IDK, because IDK is the abbreviation for I don't know, or they couldn't identify K, Emerson Kennedy. Like, man, and the initially they couldn't IDK because he was playing on his initials, the EK shit. So that's how the initially ties in. Initially they couldn't IDK. I don't know is short, you know. IDK is the abbreviation for I don't know, or they couldn't identify K. You get what I'm saying? I don't know, IDK, or they couldn't identify K, Kennedy. Shit was fire, man. He be spitting, man. Like, his writing is crazy, yo. His writing is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said, Your mommy pray like bring my son back. She cry each day. People asking, who was that laid in the casket? I'm like, I don't know. Because initially they couldn't IDK. Like, damn, man. Like, wow. Wow, Big Kannon. The comeback battle, you was not playing with Emerson. Like, wow, he was trying to get Emerson Kennedy all the way the fuck out of here, man. That shit was fire. But I think I wrote one more down from him. You know what I'm saying? One more. He said, oh yeah, this shit. He said, you're from Utah, right? Well, who you beefing with, Holmes? In Utah, it ain't shit but white girls and Mormons there, homie. Leave them people alone. Like Jazz the Rapper, you're a dispatcher. You deal with crime daily on the phone. You know, you ever got that call from Utah, Jazz? We gotta ask about his stock, then, you know what? Let me leave him alone. I did that. Hold on, I didn't do that no justice. Hold on, man. He said, like Jazz the Rapper, you're a dispatcher. You deal with crime daily on the phone. You know, you ever get that call from Utah, Jazz? We gotta ask about his stock, then. You know what? Let me leave him alone. Stockton, Malone, let me leave him alone. Let me leave him Malone. Ask about his stock, then, Stockton. It's all Jazz, the Rapper. Jazz, you ever got that call, Jazz? Well, we got to ask you about his stock, then, Stockton. You know what? Let me leave him alone. Malone, Carl John Stockton, Utah Jazz. It's a play on the Jazz Stockton Malone shit. I just thought that was fire the way he put that whole scheme together. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he just a fire ass writer, man. I didn't do that last one really no justice, but y'all get it. Watch that battle if y'all want to really hear some fire fucking writing, man. Straight up. Let me know what y'all think about this battle. You know what I mean? As far as the Cortez, I did watch the Cortez and Quest McCody battle, but I gotta watch it again because it's a debatable battle to me because I had Cortez taking the second round easily for the most part, clearly taking the second round, and Quest McCody obviously took that third round. That was a crazy third round. But it comes down to that first round. I gotta watch it again because I couldn't decide who won that first round. It was close. It was both of their worst rounds of the entire battle. So it's just whoever you had winning that first round. I think it comes down to that first round. Whoever you got winning that first round wins the battle, if you ask me. But it was close. It was close. I know people hate on Core. I'm a fan of Core because he's been in this shit for a long time, man. And he's been getting dogged like that for a long time, and he handles it well. You know what I'm saying? And I just think he has, like, whether you want to call him a legend or not, he's if you painted a picture of battle rap, man, you'd have to include him because he's been around in every era. You know what I'm saying? Like damn near, like at least since, bro, he's been in it since day one of URL. You know what I mean? And people always seem to forget about his good battles and always emphasize his struggles and his tribulations, you know what I mean? Or his trials, you know what I mean? They emphasize when he struggles. I want to see him versus Sue Surf on Verbal Warzone. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. You know what I mean? I don't think Sue Surf doesn't want that battle because he would never live it down if he lost to Cortez. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this battle. The BK EK battle. Let me know what y'all think about the announcement. Ill Will, A Ward. Also, the Cortez Quest McCody battle. I wanted Quest McCody because he's from Detroit, from Michigan boys. You know what I mean? You already know I rock with my Michigan homies. But I'm also unbiased as far as just the judgment of who won the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be honest, and I would need to watch that first round again to decide who won that battle. And I'm also going to do a recap of the Danny Myers, Don Marino battle. I watched the first 2 rounds, which were fire, but I'm not going to give you who I thought won those two rounds yet until I'm all the way done with the battle. But it's fire. I haven't watched the 3rd round yet, but the battle thus far is fire. I just kind of think that Don Marino was taking some of the same angles that everybody always takes against Danny that I'm really tired of hearing. You know what I'm saying? And I think other people are starting to get tired of hearing that shit too by the votes on the app. It looks like Danny's winning. You know what I mean? I just think Don Marino it was a fire performance thus far, at least through the first 2 rounds that I've seen, but still everybody regurgitating those same angles against Danny. So I would take points away from him for that, but I got to get through the 3rd round first before I'll do a recap. So holla at your boy, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Bridge Street Hooligans, Bridge Street Media, Hooli Vision. I'm out of here. Holla 100.